A general durable power of attorney is a document that allows you to name somebody to act on your behalf as if they were you for legal and financial purposes. So imagine, Greg, if something were to happen, God forbid you were to become incompetent, incapacitated, unable to act on your own behalf, the question is, what happens next, right? That's where you're the most vulnerable. If you think about protection, what we try to do as estate planning elder law attorneys, we want to protect you when you're your most vulnerable. You're most vulnerable if you have no ability to act on your own behalf because of incompetency or incapacity. So you need somebody appointed legally to be able to act on your behalf as if they were you to make these very important legal and financial decisions like qualifying for benefits to pay for long-term care, setting up protection for assets, and ensuring that your wishes are carried out.
Would my assets be frozen if I became incompetent or incapacitated because of accident, illness, or injury if I hadn't, say, given my wife or my child an agency under a general durable power of attorney to be able to act for me for financial and legal purposes?
Certainly, it can be, it can result in freezing of assets, and it's important to talk about what assets can be just locked up because a lot of people think, hey, I'm married. I don't need a power of attorney. I have a spouse, they can act on my behalf. But if you have an individual retirement account, keyword being individual, no one else can access that account on your behalf. They can't get money out of that account to pay for care. They can't utilize that account and protect it. Real property is the same thing. If you're married in North Carolina, even if the property is in just one spouse's name, the other one has marital interest in that property, cannot transfer or otherwise protect that property without that person's signature. If they're incompetent and incapacitated, they can't sign. You got to have a power of attorney.
So what if I become incompetent or incapacitated? I haven't done a general durable power of attorney, the first foundational document. What is the option that my wife, my children, what can they do to access my assets and to pay for my care?
Yeah, it's a good question. Unfortunately, they would have to resort to some type of guardianship. So that's a court-initiated proceeding where they have to tell the court, we think this person is incompetent and incapacitated. They cannot act on their own behalf. Therefore, we're asking the court to take the rights away and appoint somebody on their behalf to make decisions for them. And that's one of those extreme situations that you don't want to be in because as an attorney, I want to make sure that people retain their rights even if they have diminished capacity and prevent from having those rights taken away where they can choose for themselves. And the danger in that is that a family member might not be appointed as guardian. You could have a third party, maybe an attorney you don't know, maybe the Department of Health and Human Services, and there's a lot of risk and unknown there. So you want to avoid that if at all possible.
Sure. So I can be proactive and do a general durable power of attorney and avoid a guardianship where a court would appoint a power of attorney. And I can choose who I want to be my agent and act for me with a general durable power of attorney, but I don't have a choice in the court proceeding. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
But unfortunately, if it does happen, if you do have to resort to a guardianship for whatever reason, there is a power of attorney in place. Thankfully, the person named as power of attorney has priority over any other third party to be your guardian and act on your behalf.
So it's a safeguard even if someone brought a guardianship proceeding for me.
That's right.
Okay. That the person I want to act for me is going to act.
That's correct.
I would like to offer a free consult to sit down with an attorney and review your estate plan and talk about what tools in estate planning would be right for you. You can take advantage of that free consult by going to mcelderlaw.com. That's M as in Mike, C as in Charlie, elderlaw.com, or calling 1-888-999-6600. And thank you so much for joining us today.